In the spring of 1983, Eddie Jackson would come home. In the spring of 1984, Courtney Brown would come home. After both being released from Milan Federal Penitentiary, they both discovered the city that they once ruled was now under a new regime. There was a phenomenon going on in this town. That phenomenon was YBI.
He was dealing with the Columbus cartel. When Cartelitas asked about, he had pretty good influence with the government.
My problem became, I need some motherfuckers to sit at the hookup table and get this shit together, because this shit rolling. This is motherfucking rolling thunder, man. This ain't no motherfucking hustle that you gonna see every day.
We rich. It's on. We can rob. It's on. It's on.
You raided the house on French Road.
So many times.
Say it. Can you say that for us?
So many times.
We never worried about getting caught by the local or state authorities. Our fear was always federal conspiracy case. Not even really a possession case. You weren't gonna catch us with it. If the local cops can catch you, you're not very good. Because the only people the local cops catch are people who are advertising they're doing wrong.
You know, I told him to do a certain thing a certain way. He did it differently than I told him, and he ended up getting killed.
I would never know. You know, I didn't know. I just didn't know. You know, it was because maybe that was the cool thing, you know what I'm saying? Because I could look at him authentic as who he was instead of who his pops was.
But you gotta understand that the level Pop and them was playing at, they wake up in the morning thinking about how to get away with their hustle. They go to bed at night thinking about how to get away with their hustle. They spend all afternoon rehearsing and going over how to get away with their hustle. It's not a hobby.
What's happening, family? It is your man, CRB Jr., here with his partner in these affairs, Big Lou, behind the camera just for today. What's happening, fam?
Oh, good, man. Trying to make this thing hop and crack and snap.
All that, and I think we doing all that. And as you can see, ladies, we have a special guest here today in studio, a lifelong friend, the son of the legend himself, Eddie Baby, son of Eddie the Fat Man Jackson. What's happening, family?
Peace and love.
You been all right?
All right. Glad to be in town to do a little recording with you, man.
I know.
They say I'm gone, you understand? I ain't around no more, so I got to let them know I'm still out here.
Yeah, as soon as when we was coming from the airport and we stopped in the market there, saw some of the old French Road people right away.
Immediately.
French Road, still alive.
Good memories.
It's good memories. That block was good to us, wasn't it?
Oh, great to me.
Yeah, it was good. It was good.
Could never forget it.
Yeah.
3875, baby.
You know, and to this, I'll say it maybe as we like drink champs. We here at Big Boss like to give the hustlers their roses. Why they here? Because I have missed a lot of golden business opportunities. My billionaire buddy Ben Horowitz told me to get involved in the computer business in the 80s. My woman, Devin Robeson at the time, shout out to Devin wherever you're at out there. She came home one day and told me that she just saw this artist named Ja Rule and that he was going to be a big deal and he was looking for a little support, and if I helped him out, I could be his manager, and he, you know, and I said, I don't know what a Jahu or Jaru is, but this man is doing $50,000 a day on French Road that he's doing with Pops, and so at the time, I just couldn't see any. But of all the business opportunities that I walked away from, me and him start French Road together. It's slow as molasses uphill in the wintertime. And I walked away, and he told me, say, Junior, you sure you want to give it up? And then next thing I know, he done hooked up with Demetrius. And the goddamn French Road, we done went from doing $400 a day to he doing $40,000 a day. And I done walked away from that. But to your credit, Eddie, and I know you said, you know, you always treated me fair on that deal.
Had to.
You
Couldn't
always
be nothing else but that.
you treated me fair on that
That's
deal.
right.
You really did, and you didn't have to.
Well, in my mind, I had to. You understand?
Yeah.
That's in my mind. Now, maybe I don't know how y'all think, but in my mind, I had to.
Yeah.
You know, when you start something with somebody, you kind of always have feelings and wish they had hung on, and you know, so you always kind of want them to taste a little fruit of.
And I ended up tasting a lot of fruit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You got to taste.
And then you end up letting me say it takes a lot of fruit of that. But you know, okay, let's do a little current events before we get into this gangster stuff.
Come on with
Snoop
it.
would say, "Hey man, what about my man Puff, man? Now we talked all through the situation. What's your spin on how it played out for Puff?"
I'll say this. I would rather be Puff Daddy than Russell Simmons. That's how good it played out for him.
So you were saying, let's unpack, because this is a conversation me and you was having earlier.
That's right.
Russell basically kind of has fled the country, moved to Indonesia, because it was a good chance he might have ended up in a similar situation.
And he's still a
as
wanted
Puff.
man.
Right.
To this very day, he's still a wanted man.
But he got to keep all his money. He sold the majority of his assets, I believe, and moved to Indonesia, and he built him a hotel over there, and he's surrounded by 80 pretty Indonesian girls and doing yoga. But now he can't come back to America probably without a possibility of being indicted and facing.
Why you think he ran?
Right.
If that wasn't a possibility,
but
he
you
would
don't
never
think
ran.
you don't think hotel in Indonesia, 80 girls and doing yoga is better than
give
Puff?
me Puff
right
Daddy
now.
life over him right now.
Puff is is a prisoner of the Federal Bureau.
Russell Simmons is at the point he's an unseen. He's a walking dead man.
No, he's a walking rich man.
As far as America is concerned,
but it's a big world
and running around the whole world and never coming back to America.
Is it?
Puff Daddy used his money, and his money spoke well for him. Puff Daddy really should be out of jail. Let's be honest about the truth of all of this. The man should be out of jail. But I give him, and I tell y'all, he's going to do 3 years.
He did day for day.
But let's be honest now. He's asked Trump for a pardon. So he might not do too many more days. If Trump pardoned him, he's home.
Yeah.
So, I mean, let's see. He might not do 3 years. I may be wrong.
Might do 3 weeks.
Trump may pardon him, and hey, he's home. So,
but all in all, you said even with worst case scenario, if he got to do, he still got the majority of his wealth.
Yeah.
He's still relatively young. I think Puff is just turned 55.
Yeah.
He's a little older than that, I think he's about 56, 57.
Okay. Give or take a year or two. Give or take a year or two.
So he will be a free man, and with still, given his wealth.
Look, let's be honest.
He's still
Puff
got
Daddy
days
in 2025 got convicted of the Jack Johnson law. That's the shit they put down on him now, okay?
Yes.
So other than that, I'm
for
going to just
y'all who
leave
don't
it there.
know, Jack Johnson was the first black heavyweight champion back in the 20s. And this is, of
went
course,
over state lines with a white
woman, and they passed the law.
And that's the law they're using on Puff Daddy right now, which really should be taken off the books. Because everybody done did some shit like that. Even myself.
You mean men have been flying women across state lines?
She still is today. Probably did it yesterday. Somebody doing it today. Breaking the law.
I think he's only breaking the law if you Puff Daddy. No, I think everybody else is allowed to.
Well, him and R. Kelly, so there you go.
Art didn't get the deal that Puff got.
He had the money, Puff had. There you go. That speaks for itself. Suge Knight. There you go.
You're saying it does pay to have the best lawyers money can buy?
Pay to have money.
Pay to have money.
Pay to have money. I don't care what you want to say, no matter how you cut the mustard. Even if you get a pardon from Donald Trump, it's going to cost you some money. You got to have money, man.
Are you suggesting that our president for donation might be inclined
Elaine and Puff Daddy might get pardoned at the same time? God damn it, he finna pardon Elaine because she got the goods.
Yeah.
He already finna pardon her.
Maxwell.
He finna pardon her. You can forget that. She's pardoned. And when he pardon her, he gonna pardon Puffy with her. Watch. Might as well take that change from him too. Fuck it, go ahead, throw it in the piggy bank. Yeah, we passing out pardons, folks. Fuck it, let's pass them on out. Elaine Maxwell, Puff Daddy, cool. They on the same level.
So that's a quick 100 million.
Man, they on the same level. Goddamn. I mean, what?
Oh man. On that note, we was talking earlier. Oh yeah, but before we get too much in there, make sure you guys are hitting the like, share, and subscribe button. We're also on all the other platforms. We want to say thank you to all the people on all the other platforms. Me and Lewis and the whole Big Boss family, we are not remiss, and we are thankful and appreciate the support you guys been showing us over the years and over the last couple weeks, assuredly. We don't take any of that for granted. The fact that you guys are really embracing these stories, started with his father, started a situation that ended up running 30-some years and interacted with everybody from, Demetrius to Pep to Milwaukee Jack to you name it. This story, touches
That's
them.
a lifetime.
It's a lifetime. To Carmine Lamadouzi, Doc Gambino, to the Mohammeds and the Pakistani plug. I mean, the thing his father set in motion, and the fact that us having the opportunity to share some of these insights from behind the curtain, and the fact you guys enjoy them, and that we try to be as authentic and as we can be, and share some of our experiences. We appreciate it. So make sure, though, if you're on YouTube, make sure you're hitting that like, share, and subscribe. We also are on Facebook. We also are on TikTok. We also are on Instagram. We love that. The Patreon channel, Lou. What?
Patreon.com/Big Boss Filmworks.
One more time for him, Lou.
Patreon.com/Big Boss Filmworks.
So we got 3 episodes of Beyond Street Dreams that are now only available on Patreon. So go over there and check it out. You get a chance to see The Devil Is a Lie teaser. We're going to talk about The Devil Is a Lie. The Devil Is a Lie teaser. The Devil Is a Lie Big Boss original coming, probably looking like early 2026 at this point, right after the holiday season. We think it's going to be a classic. I think you guys are seeing Brother Lewis gotten just awful nice. I think Lewis created.
There we go. Shout out to Brother Lewis.
I think Lewis
keep it going, baby. Keep it going.
Created a whole. I think he phrases it as mixed media. So it's not just a documentary. It's not just a YouTube post. It's not just animation. It's not just voiceover. I mean, he has put the whole gumbo together, and it's something real special. So you can get the heads up on that. You can see if you guys didn't get a chance to see. Love the response that we got on the first 2 episodes of Beyond Street Dreams. Go over to Patreon. You can check it out. Sign up, because there's going to be a lot of stuff that will only be available. So the whole thing is growing, man. The Big Boss universe is growing, and again, we just want to say thank you, and we appreciate you guys. In the spring of 1983, Eddie Jackson would come home. In the spring of 1984, Courtney Brown would come home. After both being released from Milan Federal Penitentiary, they both discovered the city that they once ruled was now under a new regime. There was a phenomenon going on in this town. That phenomenon was YBI.
He was dealing with the Columbus cartel. When Cartelinas asked about, he had pretty good influence with the government.
My problem became, I need some motherfuckers to sit at the hookup table and get this shit together, because this shit rolling. This is motherfucking rolling thunder, man. This ain't no motherfucking hustle that you gonna see every day.
We rich. It's on. We can rob. It's on. It's on.
You raided the house on French Road.
So many times.
Say it. Can you say that for us?
So many times.
We never worried about getting caught by the local or state authorities. Our fear was always federal conspiracy case. Not even really a possession case. You weren't going to catch us with it. If the local cops can catch you, you're not very good. Because the only people the local cops catch are people who are advertising they're doing wrong.
You know, I told him to do a certain thing a certain way. He did it differently than I told him, and he ended up getting killed.
I would never know. You know, I didn't know. I just didn't know. You know, it was because maybe that was the cool thing. You know what I'm saying? Because I could look at him authentic as who he was instead of who his pops was.
But you got to understand that the level Pop and them was playing at, they wake up in the morning thinking about how to get away with their hustle. They go to bed at night thinking about how to get away with their hustle. They spend all afternoon rehearsing and going over how to get away with their hustle. It's not a hobby.
"1973. The Detroit Free Press's front page proclaims, 'Dope kingpins get away with it.' They had names like Jesse James, Pretty Ricky, the Black Greek, and Mr. Clean. 2 of the 12 men listed as Detroit's biggest heroin dealers were next-door neighbors, and in reality, they were the 2 largest heroin dealers in Detroit, dwarfing the other men on the list. Eddie the Fat Man Jackson, charismatic son of a pool hall owner, and his chief lieutenant, Courtney the Field Marshal Brown, a former city bus driver, had built an empire on a par with men like Nicky Barnes and Frank Lucas of New York. But theirs was a very different and in many ways more sophisticated operation than Barnes and Lucas's, based on family ties and finesse more than murder and mayhem. They truly were the Motown Mafia, and the saga of Eddie Jackson, Courtney Brown, and their families stretched from the 1960s and into the present day. Starting in 1969, Eddie Jackson had built a tight inner circle of lieutenants like Charles Rudolph, Russell Clayton, Ronald 5-0 Garrett, Black Butch, and his right-hand man, Courtney Brown. All of them had grown up together in Detroit's old Black Bottom and Paradise Valley neighborhoods, forming an unbreakable foundation for their soon-to-come heroin empire.
In a city built on hustle, one man dared to dance with the devil. He was smooth, slick, and dangerous. This ain't no bedtime story. This is blood, bricks, and backstabs. This summer, loyalty is dead, and the streets are talking. The Devil is a Lie, a Big Boss Filmworks original. Narrated by the streets, told by the game, inspired by the truth.